We here at the Sports History Network proudly partner with 26 podcasts, all revolving around the history of sports. But did you know that many of our hosts were sports history authors way before they started their shows? It's true. We've got Joe Ziemba, host of When Football Was Football, Joe Zagurski, host of Pro Football in the 1970s, Mark Morthier, host of Yesterday's Sports, Tommy Phillips, host of Lombardi Memories, and Scott Adamson, co-host of From the 55-Yard Line. All these authors have many books for you to choose from. To check them out, go to our website at sportshistorynetwork.com/sportshistorybooks. Pick up your copy today. Soundtrack provided by Kevin MacLeod of filmmusic.io.
The history of events in sports for June 25th can be summed up with two words: Iron Man, as multiple athletes on this day earned the title by their peers in the press of their respective eras. They did some amazing things on this day in history, and we're going to talk about as many as we can, all coming up in just a moment. Now it's time to take a sports break, a look at sports history on a daily basis. Hello, my friends in sports history. This is Darren Hayes of the Sports Jersey Dispatch, and we are here to talk about June 25th sports history, because sports history is made every day of the year, and we'll preserve it with at least a small sampling from some of the great athletes every day based on a uniform numbers that they wore. And today's great uniform numbers we're going to be talking about are jersey numbers 4, 25, and 10. Start off on June 25th, 1903. The Boston Beaneater, Wiley Piatt, became only the 20th century pitcher to lose 2 complete games in one day, falling to Pittsburgh 1-0 and then 5-3. Now, Wiley entered the MLB on fire in 1898, as he had just 1 year of minor league ball under his belt. But still, he tossed over 600 innings in the next 2 seasons and won 47 games while orchestrating 64 complete games. Now, none of those heroics earned him a lasting nickname, but one would come later on in his career. The name that came on this day, at the tail end of his career, he pitched a complete game in both ends of the doubleheader for the Boston Beaneaters, and fans quickly dubbed him the Iron Man. June 25th, 1934. We'll talk about an Iron Man. Well, how about old number 4 of the New York Yankees, Lou Gehrig, who hit for the cycle, beating the White Sox 11-2. Now, during the contest, an odd event occurred when New York pitcher John Broca ties a record by striking out 5 times in the contest. June 25th, 1968. Bobby Bonds, wearing his famous number 25 jersey, hit a grand slam in his first major league game for the San Francisco Giants. The Giants had won their 6th game in a row with a 9-0 victory over their old rivals from New York, the Los Angeles Dodgers. On June 25th, 1978, in the FIFA Cup World Cup soccer finale, El Monumento, Buenos Aires, Argentina, striker Mario Kempes in his number 10 jersey scored 2 goals as Argentina beat the Netherlands 3-1 after extra time was added. And how about the Iron Man of them all? June 25th, 1988, Baltimore Orioles player Cal Ripken Jr. played in his 1,000th consecutive game on that day. Now, little did we know at the time, but this wasn't even the halfway point of this streak. He went on a tear through the wear and tear to play 2,632 games without a day off. On May 30th, 1982, the Baltimore shortstop began the streak, which ended up being the longest stretch of consecutive games played by anybody in baseball history. And in the process, he earned the true moniker of Iron Man. So step aside, Tony Starks. Now, Ripken Jr. was a throwback. He played hard, he played to win, and he played in every game. Truly an amazing record by an amazing player, Cal Ripken Jr. So we really thank you for joining us on this special June 25th episode as we talk about some Iron Men from sports history, and truly some great players that had some great duration and longevity in what they did, and all earned the nickname of Iron Men. So hope you'll join us back tomorrow for some more great sports history on the Sports Break for June 26th. Till then, have a great sports history day. Sorry, but my pitching coach just called timeout and he's coming out to the mound. I think I'm going to get yanked for reliever. We'll see you back tomorrow for some more great sports history on Sports Jersey Dispatch Podcast. We invite you to check out our websites, jerseydispatch.com and pigskindispatch.com. Not only see the daily sports history, but to experience the preservation of great events and people that play the games. Find us on Pigskin Dispatch. It's also on social media outlets of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget the Pigskin Dispatch YouTube channel to get all your daily sports history. Pigskin Dispatch is happy to be associated with the Sports History Network, the sports headquarters of yesteryear, found at sportshistorynetwork.com.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.
It was just another ordinary day in the offices of the Pittsburgh Guardian newspaper circa 1924. But for Marla Delft, assistant editor, everything was about to change. For she was about to discover the awesome attractiveness of Row 1 brand retro sports paraphernalia items thanks to Orville Mulligan, sports writer.
And there it is.
Wow, Orville, that's really the bee's knees.
Isn't it just? A poster-sized replica of the actual 1909 World Series program cover.
I can see that. But where did you get it? And where'd you get it framed?
I ordered it from the Row 1 website, where over 6,000 items of sports memorabilia from the 1880s to the 1990s are available for reproduction, in multiple sizes and in several different materials, with over a dozen styles of frame to choose from for prints like this.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Delft would love to put up more of these in the office. But I'm equally as sure they're beyond this newspaper's budget.
Not at all, my dear Marla. See for yourself. Go to sportshistorynetwork.com/row1.
sportshistorynetwork.com/row1. Oh my, these are good prices. Oh, and look at this stuff. Oklahoma-Nebraska football, college basketball art, Michael Jordan items.
And so it
retro
was that
sports
Marla Delft
advertisement
discovered the
placards.
splendiferous magic of Row 1 sports memorabilia, arts, and prints. You can too by visiting sportshistorynetwork.com/row1. That's ROW1 today for access to the full Row 1 catalog of gallery prints and gifts like t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, telephone cases, coffee mugs, blankets, pillows, towels, and even shower curtains. Act today for 15% discount off all prints with coupon code SHN15 and 20% off all other items with coupon code SHN20 at checkout. And keep your dial locked to the Sports History Network for the exciting chronicles of the 1920 sports world in Orville Mulligan, sports writer. Coming soon.